We just had our first major snowfall here in Horseshoe Valley, Ontario, Canada, and the farm's not ready! Chunky, that's Dexter's food. Hey, that's Dexter's food. Hey, that's Dexter's food. Come here. Come here, bud. Come here. Here. Finish that. How you doing, guys? Chad here. Welcome back to the channel. And thanks for tuning in to this episode. Chronicles of a Farm Stay Startup here at the Hidden Spring Farm. It's a beautiful day on the farm today, guys. It's a little bit chilly, but it's a beautiful sunny day. Look at these kittens, guys. They're way, 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 way up in that tree. They're crazy. They're like ninja snowcat kittens. Looks like it's about -3 today, which for you Americans and any other country dealing in Fahrenheit is 26.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Farm's not really ready, guys. I'm not ready for this snow. I gotta get the snow blower attached to my farm tractor. I gotta get a heated water bowl set up for the geese who are now in the pen beside the barn. Gotta get a whole bunch of other odds and ends done on the farm. But on the bright side, guys, my chicken house is all closed in for the winter. It's all finished on the outside. If you didn't catch that video, I'll put a link for it up here. That's the final video of the season for this chicken house build. It's all closed in, roof's closed in, sides are closed in, hardware cloth's closed in. It's got a front door. It's got front doors on 3 of the runs, and there's 4 coops finished, and all the chickens are enjoying their life in there and enjoying the runs. And I don't have to worry about that now until next spring, and I'll continue working on the coops next spring. What are you doing up there? Dexter, what are you doing up there? Get down! Get down! What the heck? What the heck are you doing? Are you a ninja? What do you think this is? What do you think this is? Is this a ninja farm? Is this a ninja training class? See that crazy cat, guys? He's climbing up my workshop. He's literally climbing up the walls. That's nuts. These chickens are pooping in their nesting boxes. How do we stop that? Look, they're pooping in there. Pretty much all of the first set of Rhode Islands are out in the run, enjoying all the scratch that I just gave them. Except for that one hen. She might be sitting on an egg, or she might be getting ready to lay an egg. So guys, so far so good in this new chicken house. Having all the chickens in the same house definitely saves a lot of time on the farm. Before I had some chickens here and some chickens over there in the barn, and I'd have to do water and food for each. There's Michael Jackson. He's so funny, Michael Jackson. So overall, we got the old Rhode Islands that have 11 hens in here. There's only 3 hens that are laying inside these nesting boxes. The rest of them just lay their eggs on the ground in a little nest. So I'm still working on training them. The new coop over here that has all of the other Rhode Island hens, there's no rooster in there, it's just hens. There's 12 of them in there, and they're only giving me about 3 or 4 eggs every day, so I think they're still a little stressed out from the move to the new coop. I have a door cut out for them to go into the run, but for right now, I'm still coop training them. They need to learn that this is their new home. All the kittens are basically following me around wherever I go. They're hanging around in here. I think Dexter's down there, Lovely's down there, Chunk's somewhere. They're so fun, these kittens. Michael Jackson, and he has 2 laying hens and 4 of the younger. I think now they're coming of age to start to lay, because yesterday I got a little tiny fart egg. It was a little fairy egg type thing. Pretty cool. So hopefully those hens will start laying and we'll get more eggs from the light Sussex. Elvis and his hens, however, they still have yet to lay any eggs. And they've been in this coop for more than 2 months. And Elvis had 3 laying hens with him. And then I added 4 black leghorn pullets. But it's interesting that they have yet to lay eggs all this time. They have access to the run. I've given them calcium. They have food and water very regularly, and it's a layer feed, so that's what you need for them to lay. Even the younger ones haven't started laying, so we'll still give it more time. Chunky, what are you doing, bud? Chunky, here. As for this new 7 coop, octagonal, custom, state-of-the-art, never before been seen, chicken, house, gazebo, chateau, chalet du poulet, it's doing great. This run right here is the Rhode Island Red Run, and it doesn't seem to have any snow in there, maybe because it's facing the early morning sun, and all the chickens are coming out in here like it's not a problem. Michael Jackson's coop, you can see the run has a lot of snow in it. Not a lot, just a little dusting. And those light Sussex don't really like to come out in the snow. You can see I sprinkled some scratch grains here. They came out for like a minute, and now they just went back inside. I think they don't like the snow at all. The black leghorns are the same. I put the scratch grains in there. There's a tiny bit of dusting snow inside, maybe only about that much. And they don't like the snow at all. They're not even stepping foot out in here at all. I gotta come back and check the chicken house a little bit later because there's not really a lot of eggs there. There's a few hens that are still laying. It's winter, guys. The hens seem to slow down a little bit. Hello, ducks! All the ducks are just running inside as soon as I walk by. Little stinkers. I'm gonna try using this product this year with the ducks' water, eh? It says it's a chicken waterer de-icer, and you just put it in the bottom of the bucket, and it says it's for nipple-style drinkers. What I want to do, I want to put this in the bottom of the water for the ducks to stop it from freezing. It says it's thermostatically controlled, which basically means it only turns on when it has to. And it's safe in plastic, it's Teflon coated for durability, it's got a super strong cable, so I am gonna test it to see if it works. That way the ducks will have access to water all the time. One of the challenges that I had last year in keeping the water system going for the ducks in the winter, when it's like -15, -20 Celsius, what happens is that the water takes about 2 hours to freeze over. And then basically they won't have access to the water for the rest of the day. So I gotta give them water like in the morning, let them feed and play in the water and clean their nostrils and all that stuff. And then later on in the afternoon come back and figure out, you know, crack the ice and give them some more water. So I'm thinking with this little heater device, I'll avoid that. I'll be able to give them water in the morning and then they'll have water like all day, because they don't really use up the water in the winter. They don't drink a lot because they slow down their feeding. They slow down eating and they slow down drinking. They don't use up as much water. They don't have as long baths, although they still do have baths even though there's snow and ice. Here's one duck egg. Beautiful duck egg. As you can see, guys, I did manage to completely change out all of the bedding inside the custom ultimate duck house. So I took everything out, got it all in a compost pile. Now that the geese are out of here, I set them up with some nice bales, some nice nookie corners for them to keep warm and do their nesting and such. 1 egg. 2 eggs. 3 duck eggs today. It's not too shabby. At least they're starting to lay again. So that was simple enough. I just drilled a hole, plugged in the extension cord, tacked it all along the line here, and tucked it down here. And now all of these plugs are plugged into that one outdoor extension cord. And let's see how this works. I'll keep you posted as we go along through this season. Got a bunch of stuff here, guys, for winter. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Maggie. What are you guys doing? You checking out the goose's house? Checking out the goose house, eh? Dexter, get out of there! Dexter, get out of there! You're gonna learn soon enough. These guys don't take nothing from no one. Trying to keep these kittens regularly watered through the winter is gonna be a challenge. So here's my solution. Heated pet bowls. It's got an electrical cord here. It's thermostatically controlled. 1.5 gallon capacity. Yeah! The only thing is, cats seem to make a mess of their water. I always find straw and bedding inside the water. So what I'm gonna do is I have this old darkroom photography stop bath tray. And I'm gonna keep that on the ground there, and then put this heated water bowl right in here so that they can't put anything in it. So inside this cat house, I have a thermostatically controlled pad, a pet pad. I got them both plugged in here. So now we got the thermostatically controlled water heater to prevent the water from freezing, and inside the cat barn, which is big enough for all of the cats because they're just kittens. They can all curl up on this pad if it's too cold. So far, what I've seen from these kittens and Fozzie is they stay in the back, outside, in all the straw bales. But when it gets really cold, hopefully they'll learn that there's a heating pad right here. I might have to teach them that. I might have to put them in there and block off the entrance. So I have another one of these green pet bowls, and then I have this big bucket here. It's also a heated rubberized bucket, and I'm going to use that for the geese. Hopefully it'll lessen my workload through the winter by not having the ice in the bucket. So what I want to do for these geese is put this heated water bowl inside their hut and then have this bowl on the outside. That way they have access to water all the time, similar to the ducks. The difference with the duck house is that they can go out into the run. Look at this, the geese are already chewing on the bucket. It's a rubberized bucket, so I don't think they can do anything to it, and the electrical cable has a little sheathing on it. We'll see how it goes. I like putting these kind of reflectors around certain spots of the farm, front entrance there, to make sure that the plows don't plow into the big stone that's at our front entrance. And I got a bunch of garden areas around here, and I don't want to use my snow blower into the garden, so I put these as markers. So it guides me. Got the winter bird seed out, got my little baffle on here, stop the squirrels from getting up there. It's a good thing I got a bunch of firewood split the other day, because it's winter now. The real deal. The real Canadian winter. The real deal. Winter's always so predictable here in Ontario, Canada. We're in the Horseshoe Valley area, and that's like a ski area, you know. We're in the mountains because our property's over here on top of Oro Mountain, and you know, there's ski resorts. There's one 5 minutes down the road. There's another one that's a little bit further, but it's like a ski resort. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to turn this old hobby farm into an amazing and beautiful farm stay and experience. That's why our channel's called Chronicles of a Farm Stay Startup. So basically I got this farmhouse all ready for winter now. I got the hoses drained. I got the water spigot turned off and it's drained. I got all of the air conditioners out of the windows. The windows are all sealed up. What we do whenever we don't have a guest, we keep the temperature of the house very low, just enough that the water won't freeze. Because, you know, you don't want to waste energy. Why? And then once we have a guest coming, I'll crank it up and it'll be nice and toasty for when they arrive. One thing I didn't get done before this snow came is all of this garden. You see all of this? Really, it should have been cleaned up. Now, a lot of the leftover plants that have now died off, the ones with seeds, I usually leave them because that's good for the birds. But a lot of them, they don't have seeds. They're just leaves and stuff. It's much better if I clean it up rather than doing it in the spring, because spring, we're always full speed ahead. There's not really a lot of time in the spring. So I wish I would have got that done. The top of that chimney up there has to be repaired. You see it up there? You see how it's kind of wonky? It's, I got to get up there on a ladder and like reposition it and put some tack screws in there to kind of hold it nicely, but that's going to be a next year project now. I never did get the mulberry trees trimmed and pruned. I would have liked to have gotten it done before this snow came. I don't think I'm going to worry about it now. I'll do it maybe in the spring. There's too much growth on the bottom portion. You can't even walk around the tree. There's 1, 2, 3 white mulberries, and I want to try to rejuvenate them, you know, bring them back to life. I didn't get a chance to prune that big pear tree down there. There's always next year. I also didn't get all my galvanized steel raised beds assembled. I got one of them assembled and I filled it hugelkultur style. You saw that in a previous video. Inside that tub is now garlic. A whole slew of garlic in there that's hopefully good for next year's harvest. And I got a second raised bed assembled, and I got some rotten logs in the bottom, but that's it. I still have 4 more left to do. So again, that's going to be done in the spring, folks. A lot of things on the farm. I feel like there's no farm ever in history that's really ready for winter, especially in an unpredictable, super cold climate like Canada or Russia or northern United States, Alaska, you know, like, I feel like, man, you can almost never be ready. We're not supposed to be getting snow yet. The snow should be coming like late December, January. It's super early this year. Oh man, anyway, it's Mother Nature. Gotta deal with it. Last year I said to myself, you know what? I didn't do a good job of planning out my pre-winter routine. Next year I'm gonna do a better job. And now we're next year and I didn't do a better job at all. Really, it's because of that monster chicken house. Thank goodness I got it at least closed in for the winter. But man, that chicken house was a huge project and I'm still not done. I had no proper planning. I had no thought that that octagonal chicken house build would take me like over 8 months by myself. I thought I would do it like in 2 months. I estimated so poorly on that project. Unbelievable. My wife's making fun of me all the time, saying, told ya. Let's go, guys. Maggie! Junkie! Maggie! Maggie! Come on, Maggie! Come on! Cold feet. Maggie! Fuzzy! Are you okay, Fuzz? Fuzzy! Here you go, Fuzzy. Here you go, buddy. Here you go. Anyways, really appreciate you guys following along the story of us transforming this farm into an amazing and beautiful farm stay. And this is just one of the many things that goes on. We're not ready for winter. Snowed here in Horseshoe Valley. Canadian winter is here to stay, folks. In the 2-week forecast, I don't see any warm weather that this snow is going to melt. So I think it's here to stay. Appreciate you watching, and you guys take care, okay?